Welcome to Classic Hustler Show, a show that showcases well-established businesses, entrepreneurs, as well as young and upcoming artists.
Good day, Mzansi. We are in Hammanskraal today to talk to a lady by the name of Kgomotso. In this episode of Classic Hustlers, we'll be finding out about her life, her businesses, and her journey. I'll be your host for the day, Abel Baholo. My sister, we are here to celebrate you as a woman in business. I'm sure Mzansi wants to know, who is Kgomotso, where are you from, and how did you get here?
Kgomotso is a mother, a wife, and a daughter to a very strong, powerful woman. I was born here in Pretoria. I grew up in Mamelodi. I only moved to Hammanskraal in 2000, the year 2000. Was raised by a single woman. I lost my father. Actually, I've never actually met my father. He passed on before I was even born. So my upbringing, I've always had strong women around me. I was raised by a single mother, and also my grandmother also played a role in my life, and she was also a single grandmother, if I may put it that way. Never had male influences in my life or male father figures in my life. So it's always been, I've always had these strong women around me. And I think they have built the kind of character that I am today and who I am, it's because of them. So, and what I do today and how I run business, it's because of these great influences that I had in my life.
So talking about business, what lines of business are you in?
I am in various businesses. I'd like to refer to myself as an entrepreneur because I'm not really loyal to a particular sector or to a particular business, but rather I'm an entrepreneur. I want to see myself creating jobs. I want to see myself creating wealth for my family as well. I have a beauty spa in Hammanskraal, and we've been running for the past 4 years, and the business has grown from where we started till today. We are making inroads. We've actually built an identity for ourselves, and already the brand is recognizable and it's growing, and we are hoping one day it will end up in people in the shelves of Clicks and Discam and so on. So it's a brand that is growing. It's a baby that is growing.
All right. So what other businesses are you into?
Other business that I'm into is logistics, and this one is a very interesting one for me.
I would think you've been
It's a very interesting. I love challenges. This one is one of those for me. Growing up, I never knew anything about logistics. You drive around, you see these big trucks, but I never had interest in logistics. It's one of those businesses that I just stumbled across. It just fell on my lap. I have a mentor that I work under, who is assisting me. One day he just asked me, "Can you please help me with my business?" He's in the construction, so he's leasing plant, and so he just recently opened a business, and he needed somebody with some administrative skills.
So you did administration?
I just assisted him with admin.
But as a background, educational background?
Not quite.
So it's something you picked up another way?
Yeah, I think me being a woman, I pay attention to detail, and being an administrator, you need to pay attention to detail. It's somebody that trusted me, so he just wrote me in and said, "Look, I know you are good at organizing and making sure things are in order. Please come and help me. I have a business. I need somebody to help me somehow build my business because it just started." So
sorry, if I might ask, the reason he roped you in was because he was seeing the success you were doing with the spa. The spa had already started at that time.
The spa had already started, and this is somebody that I personally know. So he knows how I work, and I've worked with him before. So it's somebody that knows that I pay attention to detail. It's somebody that knows that I'm trustworthy, and I always do what I say I'm going to do. So he wrote me in to come and assist him, and then I've been assisting him for like 3 years. And then as I was assisting him out, I can see this is the kind of business that makes money, and I developed interest in the truck business, and I ended up purchasing my first truck.
Wow! So initially, he brought you in to assist with construction.
Yes.
And you, being the entrepreneur you were, from the construction, realized, but there's a gap here. Okay.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit more about that. Like, how was the transition from construction admin? Now you realizing
I can just somehow. Yeah. So got my first truck, started working. Everything went well. First year, second year, everything went well. And with the truck, the logistic business or in construction, it was rather easy. It was sort of like a passive income for me. Yeah. I didn't have to actually go there and drive the truck myself. You just purchase a truck, make sure it's in a good condition, pay for the diesel, pay for the driver, and the rest, the work does itself. So I was not really there every single day. And for me, it was just an extra income. And then I thought, wow, this is quite interesting. Maybe I can go somewhere. That's why I ended up exploring other logistics outside of the construction. And then I ended up going to Kgomotso. I did my research, and I found out that there are people who are transporting coal in Kgomotso, and that's where I started. And today I'm sitting with 2 trucks, and these are 34-ton trucks, and we are currently transporting coal in Witbank. So we are moving coal from the mines to either the stations or to the railway stations. Power stations, Kusile, Majuba, and so on.
Okay. So I want to ask you about the challenges you're facing there. But I quickly want to go back to something you just said. You said it was a passive income. It was an income where you didn't need to put
much effort
into. What would you advise people? Is it the type of business you'd advise other people to look at? A business that is not that strenuous on you? Maybe a business that after setting up, it can actually run itself. What is your view on those types of businesses? Is it something you'd say to people, I'd rather do this than be hands-on myself?
With one truck, it was like that. I didn't have to do much. Yeah.
I was gonna go buy a truck now. If you said I don't need to do anything, I was just gonna go and buy a truck right now.
It was easy peasy. One truck, it was easy.
Yeah.
You get a puncher, you just call somebody. Someone looks at a puncher. You have a breakdown, you call somebody. I didn't have to be a mechanic. I didn't have to know how to even drive that truck. There's diesel, driver calls you, you pour diesel, you just transact. I could run the business wherever I was, so I didn't have to be physically be there where the truck is. That's why I was saying it was an easy business for me to run while I was doing something else on the side. And then I decided to grow it, and then everything completely
all hell
changed.
broke loose.
All hell broke loose. Once I got into the bigger space, which is the logistics, the coal transportation, then the game just suddenly changed. That's where I had to be hands-on in order for me to make it in the business.
You said you're running a spa in Hammanskraal. That's the logistic business.
Yeah.
How do you manage that? Being a wife, as you said, being a mother, and being an entrepreneur. And now you're saying to me now, hey, I better get running the business today. Now, superwoman.
Yeah, I think, like I said, I consider myself as an entrepreneur. So being an entrepreneur, you need to somehow hire people to work in the business. You don't need to be there to work in the business. With my beauty spa, I started off as a therapist. I used to work in the business. I'm a nail tech as well. I'm a makeup artist. So I used to be physically there. For the business to run, it would need me to be there to do the nails, to do the makeup, to do the massages at times, But then I decided to elevate myself to be an entrepreneur and hire people who would do that and report at the end of the day. So I don't need to physically be there to do the nails and what. The business will run even though I am not there. So that's why I would say it makes it easier for me. I have people who are who are in the business, who are doing the actual work. I have a manager who reports to me on a regular basis on how the business is going. What I do at the end of the month, I want to see the books. I want to see that everything is going well. But every now and then, being in business and knowing what kind of a business that I'm in, I'm able to pick up problems. Because remember, I worked in the business. I was the business. So whoever works for me cannot pull wool over my eyes, So I know I can pick up trouble before it even comes. That's why this business is able to run even though I am not here, the spa. The logistic business is something that I am still learning. So that's where my energy is right now, because I'm still learning the ropes. But I believe in time, once I know that, this is what happens when you pour diesel. These are the kilometers. This is what you will get, how many loads and so on. Once I grasp that, I'll be able to step back and watch the business run, because then I will have the model of the business. I will know it. And in that way, I know I will not have people who pull all over my eyes. I'm told of drivers who steal diesel. So I'll be able to calculate whenever I pour diesel, I will be able to know what I get out of it. Or whenever I'm approached with, somebody approaches me and says, look, I want you to transport A, B, and C, I know if I'm being ripped off or not. Yeah, so because the spa is running itself, my energy is with the logistics at the moment. And obviously, in between or whenever I can, weekends, holidays, I always spend time with my family and my kids.
That's very important. You spoke to an issue of people pulling wool over your eyes, drivers stealing diesel. You being a woman and in logistics, what is the biggest challenge you faced to date? The biggest you felt more.
Hey, look, the industry is male dominated. To an extent, even the drivers that you employ, and they don't take you serious. For example, one of my truck drivers, he had a problem, a tire. And at that time, I was traveling with my cousin, who happens to be a man. I arrived there, he was there waiting for me, and I wanted him to explain what is the problem. Because he's a man and there's another man next to me, he decided to explain to my cousin and not me. And I was standing there, I was like
I'm your boss.
This is my truck.
Yeah.
You are supposed to report to me. I'm here just because you feel that he needs to explain to a guy. Maybe a guy will understand. Brake booster and all that. So he felt comfortable explaining to a man than to me. So that's the challenge that we're facing in this male-dominated industry, because women are not taken serious. The minute I want to climb into a truck, but as if it's a taboo.
Yeah.
It's a taboo. No, stand there. You're a woman. So it's one of those things that really prevent them from or sort of like hands-on. But once you have somebody next to you, then things become a little bit easier, because they want to relate to the outie than with a woman. So it's just one of those things that we need to just break more society or more industry in logistics.
Okay, so quickly before we speak on the beauty spa, you work with your sister.
Yeah.
Yeah. You spoke about labor, hiring the right people. I'm a businessman out there. I've got my family members, but they have a savings. I want to start a business. What is your advice to me in terms of hiring family members? How has it worked for you? Can it work? Would you advise it?
The issue of working with family, or rather hiring family, it's a very difficult one. I wouldn't advise it. It's very difficult to work with family. However, if you have to work with family, you have to make sure there are boundaries, and they need to understand once they enter into your business space, they need to leave that title, Yahori, ke little sister, ke mother, ke malume, behind. Once they enter into that space, they need to understand it's either they are employees or batlile ko businessing ya Kgomotso. Abatla mo businessing ya ngwana hae or ya older sister. So I don't prefer it if my family is here and they are using their title ya gore ke mamaka or ke my sister in my business. If omo because of role ke mo kupileng gore I tshameke. My sister, for example, in the spa, she's doing the overall coordination of the spa. But she's not here because she's my sister. She's here because I see she has that ability. And then she has that spunk, at least some life into the spa. So the little sister cap, she has to leave at Kogiti. When she's here for a specific role. I think that is the most important thing, if you have to bring in family kamo businessing, if you must. But if you can't do that, it's very difficult. You have family mo businessing and then they want to do as they please because bali family how Kgomotso ke Osaka, so I'm gonna do my nails for free. Kgomotso ke Osaka, I'm telling you what to do. This is my sister's business. No, that doesn't work. More businessing. Business is business. If they're gonna come in here, they're gonna come in here got a specific role, not because they are related to me. So it's very important to actually draw the line with family once you bring them into the business.
Talking growth, Kgomotso, with the two entities you currently have, where do you see yourself in coming years in terms of both of them? Are we adding another business on? Because already
we don't know.
But are we making them bigger? Are we looking at international? Where are we going?
No, definitely. I love challenges. I'm not the kind of person who just wants to be in one place. I like to see growth. I don't want to run a business that doesn't make sense, that doesn't grow. Obviously, where I see the spa, let me start with the spa. I see bigger things. I see us going into manufacturing of beauty products as opposed to just doing the beauty services. I see us manufacturing, having our products go to shelfons at Clixi, your Discam, all the supermarkets. That's where I see the product, the business growing. And I want to see the image even outside of our area, outside of Hammanskraal. I want to see the brand even outside of Gauteng, So that's where we're going. In terms of the logistic business, I want to see myself competing with the big guns out there. I want you guys, when you're driving on the N1, Lebone, one of Kgomotso's trucks, KJ trucks. Like you see, I usually see Ferfur. I don't know if you see that.
I've seen those trucks,
and Fondonder.
Yeah, I've seen
Yeah. So I want you,
brass.
I want
tracking.
you, yes, and I want you guys one day, little chrome carriers. Yeah, so one day when you're driving on the N1, can you open a truck or like Kgomotso Llale.
My sister, with the type of person you are, the strength you have, I see big things, my sister.
Thank you.
I see you going places. You spoke about not having a father figure in your life and being surrounded by a lot of strong women. I'd like to say to you right now, I feel may the Lord should bless you with more, because doing my research, I found out that not only are you a strong businesswoman, an entrepreneur, a mother, but you also have a very big heart. I heard about the child you've adopted.
Okay.
Yeah, that is a story for another day.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to say to you, with all of that, my sister, I see you going far, doing a lot. For now, I'd say talk to them, tell them where to find you if they need you, how to get a hold of you, your pages and everything.
You guys can find me here in Hammanskraal. The business is called Kgomotso Beauty Clinic and Spa. We run a variety of services from massages, makeup, for all occasions, nails. We do birthday parties and baby showers and bridal showers. You can check us out on our Facebook page, which is Kgomotso Beauty Clinic and Spa. We also have a website, it's www.kgomotsobeautyclinic.co.za. And for the logistics, I prefer that you email me directly on Kgomotso m39@icloud.com. And currently we don't have a website for that, but it should soon come once the business grows. So that's it from me.
Thank you for joining us on our episode of Classic Hustlers. For any comments, suggestions that you might have, check out our social media handles at the bottom of the screen. Kgomotso, it was nice having you on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Good luck on your future endeavors, and if anything comes up, please call us. Let us be the first to know.
I will do.
Thank you, my sister.
Thank you.